guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon and a brand new season. Now, I'm going into this with a much more positive outlook because, of course, we finished last year in the doldrums. And in fact, if we could get 500 likes on the video, that'd be superb if you are looking forward to this new season, because I really am. I think we kind of uncovered a lot of holes in our analysis last night and sort of realised that where we were perhaps going wrong and also where we were still going very, very right. And that's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. So there's a few things, of course, I need to talk about, but before I do any of that, you're all here for transfers, so let's bloody do this. Cue the music and yeah, I'll show you some new boys. The first of which is Mihailo Langura. He's a Serbian goalkeeper. Now, you remember I said there was a Serbian keeper. I thought he wasn't joining until next summer, but it turns out it's this summer, and he is now going to be our backup goalkeeper to Ribeiro. He's already 1.5 stars. He's got a bit of potential too, so he's decent. You know, he's got good rushing out as well, which is always nice to see. He looks like a pretty solid young keeper. I think there's a lot more to come from him. His eccentricity is a little bit low, which could be bad and good at the same time, I guess. We brought him in from Vojvodina over in Serbia, and I'm really pleased with him, frankly. I think he could be a star in the future. He's going to be a while yet, but I think that he's a decent backup, and hopefully, obviously he's now injured at the moment, so hopefully by the time he's back, and if Ribeiro does ever have to go out with an injury or something, we can bring in Langura and won't be completely left at sea like we were last season. Next up is a signing that I genuinely did not think we'd be able to make. Someone actually mentioned him to me a couple of years ago and said he was great for them, but I kind of didn't really pay much attention to that just because, you know, as I said, I like to find players myself, and he actually came through in a scouting report, and I was surprised to find him at Valencia, which was a very interesting one. He'd never actually played a game for them, it would seem. He was there all of last season and apparently didn't play a single match unless he signed in January or something, but I don't think he did after leaving Arsenal. And to be honest with you guys, I thought, why not have a crack? We brought him in for a ridiculous, I think we brought him in for like £4 million. You can't really argue with that. I couldn't really turn that offer down. When I saw him, I thought we're going to end up having to pay a load of money for him. But I put the bid in, £4 million. Yeah, okay, he's on £41,000 a week, but he's a very, very good left back. And that's all we really needed there. I said I wanted someone that was better than Fuentes, and Aaron Cresswell fits that job perfectly, as well as being English, which is perfect because we needed some more English players because of our fulfilling the number of players. We have to have 8 English or homegrown players in the squad. Now, that's one of the reasons as well why I like to sign young regens when I do my saves, because particularly in England with Portsmouth, we had, the time we got to where we won the league, most of the players in the team were not English. It was Robert Gray and Norman Millington and whatnot, but the majority of them weren't, but they still counted as homegrown because we signed them so young that by the time they were 21, they counted as homegrown because they trained in the country for 3 years. That is why I do that, because it means that you can then have a really nice cosmopolitan team, but not have to worry about not have to worry about those rules. So that's going to be more difficult for us this year, but I felt like Aaron Cresswell would be the perfect man for that left back slot in front of Fuentes. Next up is an actual football club, but he's a really smiley football club, and this is Everton. We brought him in from Besiktas. Now, he cost us, okay, fair enough, he's cost us a bit of money. I think it was about 8 million, with a further 8 million, I believe, over like 4 years. But we needed a winger. We needed someone that could play when Aga wasn't available, or just someone to build there. Plus, he can play on both wings, which is a godsend. Obviously, he's better on the right because he's right-footed, but still, he's a bit unsporting, so we've got to be careful with that. That was one of the things they flagged, but I just thought with the quality he's got, particularly his crossing, he's got pace, he's got dribbling, he's got all the attributes that I like about Aga. His passing's a little bit low. Decent tackling of 9 as well, which means I think he'll give Manquillo a decent run for his money in terms of covering him up as well. So I think for the money we spent, I think Everton is a decent player. I actually wasn't trying to sign him I wasn't looking for regens when I found this lad. I was just looking through some of the European leagues from some of my scout reports down a big list and thought, Everton, that's a real player, and I'm pretty certain it is. But I clicked on him and suddenly this smiley bad boy arrived with his earrings. He's going to have to take those out before he plays. He don't want to hurt someone. But yeah, I figured why not bring him in? That's one of the reasons, one of the areas I really did want to strengthen was on the wings, and I think Everton fits that bill perfectly for both wings, really, and a little bit further forward as well if we need to. Yeah, I can't believe it either. It's David Silva. He actually said, it said 3.5 stars, and I thought, David Silva, you know what? On a year's deal, with the mentals he's got, if nothing else, because he's a perfect squad player, we've got him on that, as far as I know, that he is set to be a squad player. But more important than that, those mentors, we can tutor some, like people like Duarte will learn a lot from David Silva. And for me, the fact is, some of you guys that are Wimbledon fans, David Silva is now playing for Wimbledon. Yeah, okay, he's on a fair bit of money. Well, he's actually not that much money because he's 34 years old. He's on a 1-year deal, and I just figured we could probably get a lot out of him in that 1-year deal. The same kind of way that we did with Keisuke Honda. It's just a temporary thing that we can use to get something from him, basically. And I think that's a perfect idea that we needed to do, and that is what I've done. Next up is Fernando, and I believe it's pronounced Chano, or Chano, or it might just be Kano. If somebody could correct me on that, that would be superb. Yeah, so when I was actually looking at Aaron Cresswell, you know when you, because obviously he came through in a scouting report, but I wanted to get a bit more about him first before I made the signing, even though I was kind of tempted anyway just because of what you guys had said. But sometimes when you do that, you get a scout report comes through from another player, because apparently this, I had this with Mateus, because we're still watching our Brazilian wonder kid guy that hasn't joined us yet, but I keep getting scouting reports for other players at his club because my scout has seen them, and this is one of the ones that came through in the same sort of set, and I thought to myself, you know what, we're looking for a left-sided player. He can play there, and that's kind of where I'm interested in putting him, but he can play here as a sort of backup as well if needs be. But the point is, he's a decent looking winger. He's not stupidly pacey. He's got a little bit of acceleration, but the point is he's got great crossing, and I really hope that he can do that. But not only that, 12 tackling. Oh baby, this guy could be the perfect antidote to that left wing problem we've been having. I'm really, really pleased with him. And so yeah, I was able to bring him in from Valencia again. Not a lot of money. I think he only cost us like 2.8 million, which was outrageous for a 25-year-old who should in theory be in the peak. To get him for that money was incredible, so I really think we've strengthened the squad with these guys this year. Next up is very much one for the future. Now, if you watched the video last night, you'll know that I will have said to myself, I said in that video, we're going to try and find a young centre-back who is very much a case of future stuff, not anything to do with now. This is Christian Bonney. We brought him in from Standard for £1 million. I mean, £1 million. He's a 16-year-old Belgian, but he's got that 5-star in theory potential, and that was enough for me to basically make the signing. For £1 million, I couldn't resist him. Basically, he's got decent heading. His marking is a little bit low, as is his tackling, but the thing is, he's only 16 years old. To have 16 heading at 16 years old and 14 jumping reach, which is great. He's fairly tall, decent determination as well. I like a bit of that. Very, very brave positioning. He looks like a decent player. I'm very, very pleased with him, and I think for the future he could be one of those ones that comes through towards the end of the save, so I'm glad to bring him in anyway, even if it's just not one for now. Finally, we have probably the biggest outlay that I've made, and the reason for this is because I was getting a little bit worried about the number of, because of the way I've had to do it this time around, that we weren't getting enough English players through, and that means I've had to spend big sometimes when perhaps I wouldn't have on a different save. But because of the way this save's progressed, it's progressed too fast for me to build up a squad slowly using foreign regions to bring them through, and good players, but do it slowly. So we've had to go and do this. It's the same kind of situation that we had with Adam and Kirk last year. But this is Shane Williams from Middlesbrough. Now, we've paid, I think only paid like 8 million up front. No, it's 12 million up front, but it could rise to potentially 24 million. But to be honest with you, looking at him, and also the reason I was interested in him as well is because Nelson Duarte had told me he wanted to leave to join Juve, and Juve put a bid in which I rejected of 32 million, but he has a release clause of 41 million, but he's now told me he wants to stay. However, I'd already signed Shane Williams as a sort of replacement slash backup during that time frame, and frankly, I don't even care. Look at this guy. 17 first touch, 17 passing, 16 vision. He looks like a fantastic playmaker, and in theory, an England international one day. You'd have to say with these sort of stats at 20, England international can't be far away. But the other thing is, in order to get Duarte to stay, I also made him captain because Jake Reeves is not playing very much, and Anderson, I feel like, is going to be on the way out over the next couple of years. So I've reverted my captaincy. So Duarte is our best player on the entire team, and he's young, and I feel like he's got decent leadership as well. I can't remember what the exact stat is, but I feel like he's the sort of player we need as a captain. So Duarte will now be captain in Wimbledon, and Fabio will be the vice captain, just to give him a bit more confidence. So there you go. Right then, guys, we are on the tactics selection screen. We're playing Newcastle on the first day, as you can see. Now, Newcastle, it says, are weak against the tactic we play, so I figured why not hell not go for it. It's Manquillo, he's suspended still from last season, so Njuku will have to play there. But look at the side, it's just looking that much better for me. Fabio, Duarte, Chano, Everton, Ramselaar, and Farmer is back. The big man, the big Sam. Not Big Sam, though. Don't get Gomez too confused. Planic and Bernardo, where is Gomez? Is he not available? He's still on international duty, which is a pain. But Cresswell in there, Planic. Anderson is not fit, unfortunately, in order to start, and Njuku. Now, a couple of things I wanted to go over as well before we get into things. We've got a new affiliate club, which is a Chinese club called, what is it called? Guangzhou Hengda. So that's going to hopefully improve our abilities overseas. I'm just going to think about, is there anything else I want to change for this tactic? I think we're okay with the team as it is like that. And it will give us a chance to get into the game, and I can talk about the other stuff once we're actually into the match. I'm really looking forward to this game. I really want to start off with at least not a defeat. They're the favourites, fine. But Burnley came up along with who was it? It was Blackburn and someone else who I have now forgotten. It was Watford. Of course it was Watford. So I don't know. We're expected to finish 17th this year, so clearly we've improved a little bit. The game obviously thinks that the team is better now than it was before. Oh, okay. The game obviously thinks that we're better than we were, which means that in theory we should be fine. I'm thinking mid-table this year with a nice, comfortable season, but hopefully better in every area. And I think with the team that we've got, I would have liked to have had Manquillo starting today, but, can't always get what you want, can you? Unfortunately, Niall Hanlon's going to be the substitute goalkeeper today just because we don't have much of a choice in the matter, which is a shame, but what can you do? So yeah, other things. Ramselaar has got a new contract. We've got rid of his £13 million release clause, and his value has now gone up to like 26 million, which is great, and that makes me very, very happy. I really love a win away on the opening day. Duarte, so Fabio, we need a good season out of him. He's through here. Fabs, ooh, and a good chance. Fabio's got a new PPM, which is breaking the back line, like offside traps or something like that, which should be very, very useful for us this year. I'm really hoping we can make the most of that. Right, let's see. It's going to start again here. In theory, I might have fixed the throw-in system as well. I think I mentioned this before already, but here we go. Ramselaar down the wing, despite being not the winger. But he pulls it back to the fullback. We've got our winger inside here. Everton, can he pull it across for someone? He can! Fabio's in, and after 3 minutes, it is Newcastle 0, Wimbledon 1. Fabio, with his big hair, is back, and we are winning away at St James's Park on the first day. We start with a win here, and oh my goodness, it's going to be good. Spurs nearly got taken over by a tycoon, but then it fell through at the last minute, so that if they had been taken over, they said they'd promised them a £190 million transfer budget, which was outrageousness. This was really nicely worked football. And Njuku in there to Everton. Everton, I noticed as well, in the pre-season friendlies, generally, you know, we play against relatively weak sides, scoring 6s and 7s, but Everton was averaging between 2 and 3 assists per game and was man of the match in virtually every single game. So he's got his first Premier League assist already on the board. We have the lead against Newcastle. Nothing has really happened since then. Go on. Don't you dare. Oh, good save from Ribeiro. That's what we need. Oh, damn it. We should have closed down Yanmat. Is there anything else? One more decision, and I want you guys' help with this one. Basically, we've been offered money for Tom Cleverley. Now, originally West Brom offered us 6 million, and I was just like, well, no, because he's an English player, which is important for our sort of criteria and whatnot. Plus, he's actually fairly decent and will do a job for us. But then they started putting the bids up and up and up. And at one point, we got that bid up to 11 million, and they're still interested. So what I want to know from you guys is, because I'm actually not going to record another episode until after you've seen this. Go on, Everton. Get in there again. Oh, no, he's going to have to pull this back for Njuku. He's got decent crossing, though. Ramselaar. Pulled it inside for Duarte. Good, great piece of defending from Newcastle. Now we're a bit caught out, and Njuku needs to bomb back into that channel, and he's done superbly well at getting back. Oh. I don't really know what more we can be doing. We're doing so well in these games, and then things like that happen. Like, what is that? But also, why is the goalkeeper not coming? And still, how has he managed to score from... What is going on? That was just an absolutely ridiculous goal in so many ways. By the way, Newcastle look like they're having some work done on the ground. That goal's annoyed me because there were so many reasons why they shouldn't have been able to score from that. Oh, Newcastle signed that Kortalidis guy from Panathinaikos, which bugs me because we actually were interested in him and he chose them instead, which sucks because he was a really good left-wing regen, who I would have probably gone for instead of Chano, but he joined Newcastle for 13 million, I think. Oh, my days. And Njuku's having a nightmare here. He's having a nightmare, and we don't have anyone to bring off. Oh, for the love of God, guys. That's all come from Njuku again, and there's nothing we can do about it because we don't have Manquillo. And it looks like Njuku's going to cost us today. Once again, a mistake from him. He's fine going forward, but he's already made 2 glaring errors. Koulariotis, that's the guy. And Balotelli's in, and it's 2-1 to Newcastle. That's well, it's not a joke, is it? Because it's a good goal from Newcastle, but it's come from another one of our own mistakes. Look at that, 4.8, and there's nothing I can do. We don't have a right back on the bench because he's our backup right back. We will mark up Balotelli. Look at 4.7, folks. Okay, it wasn't a good first half. You're losing, you plebs. Right. Oh dear. But yeah, what I wanted to know from you guys is whether we should sell Tom Cleverley for like 12, 13 million. Because remember, he's 30 years old. He's worth 2 million. Should we make that sale? And to hell with what happens in terms of backup players, because I feel like we're never going to get a chance to sell him for as much money as that. Let's take a little look at this. Oh, Christ, we've got to put them on, haven't we? Positional heat map, right. Oh, there's been some crosses completed. Don't know who by. 3 from us. We're looking decent. Newcastle have been very good on the cross, but that's because that all the crosses have been from this right-hand side. Okay, I'm tempted to push Everton back here and put Njuku on like a defensive setup because I don't think we've got any right-sided defenders on the bench. Oh, hang on, yes we do. Kim Dong-Hwan, in you come, bro. Never mind. I've never had a player on this save get a 4.7 in the first half, or at all, I don't think. Even when we've had like huge defeats, that is insanely bad. So yeah, we're going to just have to kind of go with that. Did Newcastle have any really glaring holes? They're a bit ponderous at the back, so we'll probably close down a little bit from the back. The worst thing about this is that I feel like we're actually playing relatively well in this game, but then again, that's always been the case, even at last season. I'd hate to start the season with a result like this, which is basically, I think those were 2 mistakes leading to goals. I genuinely think they were both mistakes leading to goals, which is atrocious. It really is. Cresswell cuts out the header. Yanmat now. Hughes. Cresswell covering across, and Bernardo will come across. He's not exactly my first choice, but what can you do? Fabio picks up the ball nicely. Even just get a draw here, guys. I'll be happy with that. Oh, that's poor. That's really poor. There we go. Planic. Good header. We need a good season from him. Ramselaar. Through it comes for Fabio. Fabio, and it's saved by Krul. I feel like we should at least be level in this match. We've created enough opportunities to do so, and I'd be worried if we don't at least get a draw here at St James's, to be honest. Duarte. Can he get a cross in? He can. It's come to Sam Farmer. Will he get a shot away? He does! Oh my god! Sam Farmer, of all people, his first ever senior goal. And, well, the least likely player on the pitch, probably, is our defensive midfielder who's on defend to actually get forward like that. But he's crept into the edge of the box. A bit of a soft goal, really. Like, the defender probably should do a bit better, and Krul definitely should do better. But it's 2-2. Newcastle are clearly getting a bigger stadium. And Farmer has made it 2-2. Okay, this game isn't done yet. Kim Dong-hwan done a much better job than Njuku, who is going to be sitting out for some time, I sense. Okay, right. We're probably still on top slightly, but we need to make the most of this. He scored a goal. Chano. I'm going to bring on Cleverly out on the wing. He has such a good cross completion. We cannot not use it, I think. That's going to be my last sub for now. I'm tempted to make an instructional change as well, which is just to move the tempo a little bit higher. Because we're doing quite well. We're getting a decent number of shots on target. Even if we got a draw here, I'd consider this a good result on the first day. Away from home, a draw at Newcastle. Oh, hello. Oh, please don't go 3-2 down. Right, who's playing badly still? Everton's doing so well today, and I'm fully on board with that. Right, middle of the park. Tell you what we're going to do. Despite Everton... Oh, no, should we? Actually, he's looking a bit low on fitness, but then so's Duarte in the middle. I'm actually going to bring Tobias Agger on in the middle, because he can play there as well. Just to get him off for Duarte, because he is the captain, but he's looking a bit knackered. We've got to be careful, though. That ball in behind the back line could be a danger. There's 3 players around him. Do not let them get the ball in. There we go. Aaron Cresswell again. Hero. Genuinely hero. Uh-oh. Damn it. Great play. Kim Dong-hwan gets the ball, lumps it long. But the point is he got the ball, and that's the main thing for me. Whip that to the back post, and Cresswell again wins the header. And Duarte's got it here. Can he find his strike partner, though? That's the problem. Cleverly out wide. He's going to look back inside. He always will. Duarte. I feel like there's something about to happen here. Farmer. Ramselaar. Go on, get a nice bit of play going. Cleverly. Fabio! Oh, crossbar. That was the chance. We probably could have won this game because of that, but you know what? A 2-2 draw wouldn't be the worst result in the world for us, frankly. We've been the better side, probably just. We're creating the better opportunities anyway, highlights-wise. Ramselaar goes back for Kim Dong-hwan, who's had a good second half, and he's had to, really, given that absolute shit show from Njuku in the first half. I feel like without Njuku, actually, doing what he's done, we probably would have won here. But hey, it doesn't matter, because we're doing it. Fabio's in! And Fabio has scored. It is Newcastle 2, Wimbledon 3. Fabio scores 2 goals on the opening day of the season, and maybe now we can get back to the sort of play that we were showing in the first half of last season, as well as with Fabio doing what he does. Agger, what a beautiful pass in there. Even when he's not playing up top, out wide, he can still get assists. Fabio's second goal of the game already, and Big Fab, oh baby, what a player he's going to be for us, hopefully. Right, if we can just see this out, sit on control, we're doing all right. Let's just see the last few minutes of this game out and get away with a 3-2 win. Okay, defensively, oh hello, surely not one more. Oh, Planic goes back for Farmer. Do not lose the ball here. There's 3-on-3. Bernardo, oh look at the space. Agger could find someone here. Look at the space. Oh, cleverly, pull it back across for someone. Just do something with it, guys. You've got a real chance to score a 4th goal. Look at the space in the middle. Agger's on the ball. Can he strike it? No, he's lost the ball. Uh-oh. Win that. Oh, don't worry. There we go, Cresswell. And, oh, hello. Lots of space out wide now for Everton. Can he put a ball in again? Fabio's across. Fabio's in, and Fabio has made it 4 for us, 3 for him. Everton's got another assist, and I tell you what, guys, I am really, really liking the look of us this season. We've got real dynamism out wide. Everton has grabbed himself his 2nd assist of the match. Fabio with a superb first touch, and he's now scored a hat-trick on the opening day. I think that might be his first hat-trick in the Premier League as well. 4-2 win over Newcastle, 4 goals scored, and remember, we only scored 38 times all of last season, and we've scored 4 on the first day. And look at this, Fabio, just, wow. There's a lot of potential in this team. I am incredibly excited about this season. I really hope you guys are as well, because last year was a bit of a write-off at times, but this year, Newcastle 2, Wimbledon 4, and frankly, without Njuku doing what he did, we probably could have got, we probably could have won this 4-0. Let's say 4-1 though. Chano didn't do that well on his debut, to be honest. Agger done superbly when he came on, got an assist, frankly. 2 assists for Everton as well, and 1 for Duarte. Perfect performance. I could not have asked for a better performance on the opening day. And it's an away win in a live com where we've scored 4 times. It's probably our biggest away win in the Premier League. So, tough times ahead, no doubt, but I'm really, really encouraged by the performance in that game. And looking at what Everton's got to bring to the team, I think he could be possibly the signing of the season. Some of these guys look great, but I think Everton could be the one that really steps in. And the thing is, Agger can play in the middle as well. So, in fact, it might not be such a bad thing having Agger available as a backup, because look at what he's done off the bench today. Just, he scored the one goal, but he scored that from the middle. And God, he's a good player. Right, hopefully this will actually hurry the hell up and we can get and show you what, guys, we're going to be doing in the next game. That didn't make any fucking sense. I'll show you what we're going to be doing in the next episode. Finally, right, let's look at the schedule. What have we got? I'm thinking this one. Oh, actually, that's quite a... Oh, no, that's a fair amount. That's... Oh, wait, no, that's 5. Maybe we should do Leicester away for the next one. Stoke at home, must win, because it's Stoke and we could do with some home wins. Luton Town, that's a blast from the past in the cup. We need to win that. And Liverpool away will be tough. I don't expect to win there. And Southampton at home, I'd like to see us beat that as well. So I want to see us maybe get, if we can do, 9 points on the board coming into that Leicester City game away, and maybe even go win there too. Who knows? Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, because I'm really excited about this season, then do smash the like button. Just punch the crap out of it. That would be awesome. And I will join you guys in the next episode for an away game against Leicester City. I'm going to try and test it by doing a double away, or not double away games, but 2 back-to-back away games in live comms, and see if we can keep this run going. I am excited. I hope you guys are too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Leicester City game. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.